From what I remember is when he said, I will make Adam a helpmate. That was the only job description. He did not talk about how submissive she will be or whatever. So I feel like everything after that is people just trying to mold the wife into what they think she should be.
So what's suitable for them?
What's suitable for them. And you see some women that are already getting abused before they get married. They are already getting cheated on, and they will still marry that person because in their brain, if I'm not married, what am I? Welcome back to Beyond 30 podcast. This is the show where we talk about life, relationships after 30. If you're watching this episode, do us a favor by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you are notified about a new episode when it drops. Today we're going to be talking about an interesting topic about what do you think when you hear wife material? Who is wife material? Is it me? Is it you? What does she look like? All right, over to you guys. When somebody says wife material, what do you think they're talking about?
No. Why are you jumping the gun? Who best to talk about wife material than Ruth herself?
How and why?
Ruth in the Bible is the epitome of wife material. So please tell us about her.
Okay, well, if you guys don't know, my middle name is Ruth. They have just exposed me.
She's the ideal wife, actually, Ruth.
Why are you giving me? You're making me remember trauma from like Abokoku.
What does Abokoku mean?
What does Abokoku mean?
Like you die with your husband.
Follow your husband even until death. Like follow your husband, follow his family, follow his everything he did. Just follow it without question.
I like the way she did without question, as in basically what she's trying to say is without brain.
Without using your sense, yes. But why are you pushing this on to me? We are all the same. No, we are all roots.
There must be
all
they call them roots.
We're all virtuous women.
Virtuous women.
Yeah.
Oh, no, please, when you say virtuous women, you give me trauma from Sam. Proverbs 31. Proverbs 31. No. That is the biggest trick that I've seen them play on women.
Why?
And you say she wakes up early, she works till late. Her husband calls her blessed because she's always working. No, that's not wife material, please.
But that came from the Bible, no? So how do we interpret that?
Yeah, I actually listened to something that was contesting it, saying that it was written by someone that was, how they call these women that
She was describing the ideal wife.
They said it was like a kind of patriarchal society or something.
Right.
So that was their mentality back then. So the person was like saying, this was a gospel person saying that the Proverbs 31 woman, by the way, does not exist in real life.
Oh, yeah.
Because like you said, it was kind of like a box that they're trying to
parable.
make. You understand?
Like
No, it wasn't a parable.
Were they
it
women?
was Proverbs 31 was written by a woman describing the ideal wife that she would like, but that ideal wife did not
actually exist
in the world.
Yes. So people are now trying to force themselves to fit into that standard that is almost impossible.
I mean, there's some things we can pick to learn
But
from.
not everything.
But how do you want to? Only you work morning till night. Only you cook. Only you does business. Only you has children. Well, you evaporate from the world.
Like, what is wife material though? I don't know how to describe
Wife
it.
material, 100 yards.
Like a material.
Meaning like you're 5 years, they should not marry.
So wife material,
How do we
I
start?
think wife material depends on, it depends on who. But we know the Nigerian, let me tell you, sir, for some Nigerian people, wife material means endurance. Endure nonsense. That's wife material for some Nigerian men. I mean, especially those that are uneducated. When they say, "Oh, she's not wife material," it means that if I do nonsense, she doesn't endure.
Yeah, she doesn't take nonsense.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you know what? Let me say what I think wife material should be. A woman who will stand by you, support you, and make you want to be a better man, because she can't force you. Make you want to be a better man, like all round in all areas of your life. If you find that kind of person, she's your ride or die. that is wife material.
Yeah.
If it is
I like that description.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
So please, wife material is not that she can cook from morning till night.
African definition.
People-
You must be able to cook. You must be able to clean. Can you wake up around 4:30?
No, I cannot. The first time I heard that song, I was like,
why?
"Someone should bring Kiss Daniel and slap him for us." Like, why would you even put that out there? No, I cannot.
And we are singing it too. People are singing it too.
It's actually one of my favorite songs, but every time I listen to it,
Every time I'm like, no, that part, I don't agree. No. People, the way people used to interpret wife material, so I think it's also like being like super meek.
yeah.
That's part of the tolerating
Yeah,
nonsense now.
like-
Okay, if it's that one, I don't fall into category of wife material at all. Meek, I am not. Gentle, I am gentle, but I'm not submissive the way they define sub. Wait, first of all, can we even talk about it?
Tell me, what do you mean by
Submission.
the way? How is submission? What is submission? Because I think people misinterpret that submission.
Yeah. So submissiveness for a lot of people means that anything you say goes. If your husband should come today and say,
say,
today, oh, we're
lie
going to pack our things and
move.
go, you just yes, master.
Oh, you say, kneel that there. You kneel
Yeah,
that.
you kneel down. Like it's almost like they took your
sense
brain.
just
Right?
left you.
So in that, because I remember
Yeah.
like growing up, even when
Yeah.
I started dating, a lot of feedback. Let
Yeah.
me call it that I got
Yeah.
from like past relatives, like, oh,
Yeah.
you're not submissive.
Pastor said that.
No, past relationships.
Okay,
like
past
some guys will be like,
They'll
you're
give
not
you feedback
submissive.
after you've said no or something.
No, they'll give you feedback when the relationship is breaking up or something.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You're not submissive. You're too opinionated.
So you should not have an opinion.
No, you have. How
They
can,
literally, that's
how
what
can
they-
you
but
have
that's
an
what-
opinion?
That's what they expected
Yes.
of you as
Yeah.
a woman, right? It's like you shouldn't be thinking about yourself. You shouldn't be thinking about pleasing your husband.
Yeah. Because I remember like some guys have actually said to me that, one said, oh, you are too ambitious.
Oh, they told me
Yeah,
that
they
so
told
many
me that.
times.
You're too
Oh,
ambitious.
God.
Another one said you are too bold. And you are too bold. Another one said you can fight anybody. Right? So all of these, if you really listen to what they are trying to say, they are trying to say that you are not the ideal wife material in my brain that is going to go along with everything that I want. If you say sit down there, she'll sit down there. So yeah.
Yeah.
that
So
was what it was.
we've said what submission is not. What is submission?
I feel like, that scripture we always go like, can two walk together unless they
They
agree?
agree.
If you actually read the place in the Bible where it talks about submission, that popular one they always quote, wife, submit to your husband. There's a portion just after that, there's a verse that says, submit to one another. So the submission is not a one-way street. It
Yeah.
is a two-way
Yeah.
street. And for me, that is agreement. That submission, I interpret it as agreement because it says submit to one another. So if my husband wants to do something and he comes and sits me down and says, babe, this is what I think we should do, we agree on it. That is us submitting to one another. Not that you just come, Lord and Master, you just say, oh, today I don't want to eat all the food in the house. I want you to start pounding yam and cooking ogbono. Are you a madman?
Yes, sir. You're not gonna stop pounding it.
Like, you didn't ask me if I have the ingredients for the food.
Yeah.
You don't care how it's going to come about, but I should just start running up and down. Or like some women that will say, my husband doesn't eat day-old stew.
They have power now. It's not hard.
So that's what I
So
think.
that's one interpretation of like submission. I think there's also the part where like when it's not as easy as when it's one person saying something and you agreeing and the other person saying something and you agreeing. But it's more a situation of in the home we're deciding, okay, we're gonna travel someplace.
Okay.
And the wife has a really strong opinion about this is where we should go. I think we should go here. And the husband has a different opinion about where we should go. Whose
opinion is going?
who's yes at that point who should who should be the ultimate?
Yeah.
That's where sometimes that's where I think about the submission part of it, like because I think one thing is women were very, those of us that are very opinionated, we are very opinionated. Like we say our mind, we want like we don't know how to take rejection like that, where we're like, if somebody says something and we're like, no, I disagree, I don't agree with it, it hurts so bad when they don't do that thing that you want them to do. Whereas, like, I think guys are a bit more, like, flexible. Like, a lot of times, they're like, whatever, with a lot of things. So, but I feel like maybe that part might also be talking about if the husband is the head of the home, you should be able to take guidance in certain situations, which is why also you should not marry just any rubbish person, right? You should marry somebody who's a leader that can lead you, right, in that way. That's where I see wives submitting to their husbands, right, in that light.
Yeah, so
because that's when it really matters,
Yes.
right? There's like me and you can agree all the time about certain things,
but
like
when you don't agree,
when we don't agree, who's and it can also be in different aspects of the home, right? So okay, maybe my strength is in this. We can agree and say, if it has to do with this, this is my strength. I'm the one to, you know, and if it has to do with this, if it's my strength, even if I feel so strongly about it, it's still do your way. That's just
yeah. I think I totally agree with Timmy. So, like Kome said, submission is not stupid. Anything my husband tells me, yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Cut your hair, yes sir. Wear long skirt, yes sir. Not skirt. No, you know, no. In fact, my husband says he hates me like that. In fact, he wants to date someone like that. Anything he says is yes or amen. And he was like,
Yes,
do
yes,
you have a brain? Can't you think for yourself? Like, challenge me small. So yes, I'm sure a lot of men don't like. Well, there's some men that probably
no,
want
I
it
think
to.
it's just exposure that's causing men.
Even now, there are more men who want that than men who want
I
the
don't want because I know
Sorry, there are men who want what?
who want yes sir.
the puppet.
Yes.
Oh, still,
Serious
still,
puppet.
Yes.
because back then,
Yeah.
honestly, I couldn't like. It was very hard to find a guy that was a yes, that was able to listen to like what I had
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
Almost all the boys around me were just like, "This get everything you know how to do. Is there anything that you are leaving for your husband to do? Do you understand what I mean?" But like now, I feel like more men are open to like that.
It's,
chance.
maybe it's just
that
a
you are
circle.
meeting
Yes,
that are
it's your
meeting
circle.
now.
Yes.
Now.
Because there's still a lot of Nigerian men that
even when you listen to them online, just go and
you
read
just
comments.
hear, or just read
When I
comments.
look
Just
at those
read comments.
It's true. It's true.
You
it's
know.
true.
Like you'll be like,
Eh.
who dropped this one on his head? Who bashed your head in? Because the kind of things they say, they'll be like that one, and even the way they judge men, they'll be like, okay, this might be, this annoys me. Like when they see like a successful woman online,
Yeah.
they'll just be like, I wonder what man is buying things for her. Like almost
can't
like
be
the
successful
woman
on your own.
cannot. She doesn't have a brain. She cannot do anything by herself. She cannot be successful without a man.
Yeah.
It has to be by the grace of a man. Like so, those kind of men. What do you think they are doing with their wives at home?
True. That's true.
They're just like bossing them around. I want them to do anything, and they want those puppets so that when they do nonsense, the puppets will say, welcome
Yes,
my
sir.
husband.
Yeah.
This is the one that a famous veteran actor said, if your husband is going to cheat, no, you shouldn't comfort him. Instead, put condom in his bag so he won't bring. What kind of dirty submission is that one? Anyway, that's the kind of submission they are looking for, all those olden days people. But the real submission that the Bible meant was what Temi was referring to, not where you are a puppet and you don't have your own opinions, but that you both have your opinions. And like Kome said, sometimes you agree, but in times when you don't agree, sometimes you are just like, okay, because in the first place, the rule is if you're going to pick someone to submit to, choose someone you can actually submit to.
Submission, yeah,
Someone you know that will make good decisions on your behalf, someone you know that will not lead your family astray, so that if they make a decision, you know that, okay, they're making this decision for our good. And there's one now. Sorry again, but I have to refer to my pastors. Pastor Mildred and Pastor Kingsley. Mildred will say, marry a man that you can submit to. Don't go and marry rubbish and now be complaining that you cannot submit. It's like saying, for example, if you wanted to enter a car, you know that when you go and enter a car, you are submitting to the driver.
Yes.
Anywhere the driver takes you is where you are going. If the driver, is going to hit you, jam you somewhere, your life is in the driver's hand. That's how it is when you are getting married. So if you go and pick a drunk driver or someone that does not know how to drive, then you are now saying you won't submit. You don't have a choice. You're already in the car. What are you going to? You can't be dragging steering with the person now. The car will crash. So you made the choice. So before you enter that car, investigate the driver very well. Do you have driver's license? Are you saying?
How many years of experience?
How many years of experience?
Actually, this one
All
is
those
test
things.
the experience.
No,
You can ask.
How do you test? Okay,
What?
how do
But you
test
can also ask
experience?
questions
Because I
like, are you
to know
driving
knowledge.
us to the north or to the south? Right?
Exactly.
Where's
Where's
our
your destination?
destination?
Not that when you enter, you not say, you're going to Sabella. No. I was planning to go this way, So ask all
That's a
those
good point,
questions.
yeah.
Another thing she would say is, when you have a man that is taking care of you, it's easy to submit. For example, now,
Yes.
let me use my husband for example. If there is something like say maybe let me use maybe money for example. If we have only $500 and between me and him we both need that $500, I know that he's going to give it to me first.
Yes,
He will always put me first.
Yes.
So it's easy for me to submit.
Yes.
I know that whatever he's doing is for my good.
Yes.
So it's easy for me to.
Because it's easy for women to.
Yes. So if a man is treating you well, if you know a man will put you first and he's always looking out for you, why won't you submit to him?
In fact, you almost be that stupidity that they are looking for. By
Then we get it. Because I know that if you are going to give me what you understand.
Like,
so that's why it's
all of them.
so a lot of women online complain submit, I can't submit. It's because the husband is not looking out for them. He's selfish about himself, and then they are not expected to submit to that selfish man that will not look out for them. So if there's only 500 naira left in the family, husband will spend it on himself, go and drink beer, will not even remember that there are people at home. So how can you submit to such a person?
That's when survival instinct comes
You
for
understand?
women. Like,
So
now I got it.
so that's where the problem comes. So because the Bible already said, oh, this person to be the head, so that there is order in the home.
Yes.
You as a woman, because you know that you are not the head in quote, choose your head wisely now.
Thank you.
So that there will not be any stories that touch.
True.
Yeah.
But also, I think that some people try to do this thing that you said where they were looking out, but over time, they now realize that I can't trust my husband in certain things.
No, then that's
But
different.
this is where
It's
you
not
know I was saying
everything,
something about the
that's
strengths, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes it's good to have those kinds of
Discussions.
discussions around
Yeah.
like, okay, what are some of the things that were individually both
Yeah.
good at, right? So at least it's kind of like a partnership. If you have a company and both of you are partners in that company, you want the company to do well. You want the company to succeed. Each person has their responsibilities. Each person has things that they're strong at, that they're good at. You have a CEO, you have a CFO. They're doing two very different things. If the CFO says we need to invest this money in this, because I feel like this is the direction, and you feel strongly about it as a CEO, you're not going to. It's the CFO's,
because it's not your expertise.
Exactly.
So you allow the person.
So that's when like discussions need to happen. Where it's like, what are some of the strengths that we each have?
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because some women are doctors, right?
Yeah.
Your husband does
Anything
not
that
know
comes to health, he
nothing
doesn't even
about-
argue. He doesn't even.
There's nothing to argue there.
Yeah.
You see, my problem is with men that they feel
don't know
like
their
because
Because I'm the head, I have to know everything.
because I'm the head, they want to carry it around their head. Oh, it's like I make all the decisions in this
Yes.
house, whether it's correct, whether it's right, whether it's wrong.
I
They
know
won't even do
some men
research.
that when they make salary, they give it to their wife. Handle it because she's the financial
there's some men
person.
like that.
So she will handle the
Yes.
finances of the home. It's not because I'm the head, I must be the one, then I'll now be reckless with it.
Yes,
So,
it doesn't
that
change.
makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't change the fact that everybody
the
has
head.
their strengths. That's where real partnership comes from, and not necessarily from like the buga of like I'm a man. I'm the king.
I'm a man.
I'm
Treat
the
me like a
king of
man.
this.
King of Zamunda. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Do you know this scene is coming to my mind? Did you ever watch Coming to America?
yes.
Where the Prince of Zamunda told that girl when they were trying to find a wife for him and he said, yeah, back like a dog and hold one leg. And she was doing it.
Yeah.
In my mind, I've never been able to shake that. I saw that movie many years ago. I've never been able to shake that. What do those kind of women, like what did they go through to get to the point where they are for a loss of a better word, submissive? Like,
Is
what happened
training.
to you?
Is upbringing, is training. So like a lot of mothers, and it's not just mothers, a lot of parents, let's not put all the responsibility on the mothers. A lot of parents don't train their girl children to think about them, to think for themselves, by themselves. They train them to marry them into another person's home, which is why they're not able to like. The man says jump, you jump, back like a dog, you back like a dog. Why? Because you've been trained. It's almost like a cult thing. You've been trained to. All your mindset
They've been trained to
is
think that they exist because of the man,
the man.
to please the man, to satisfy him. So anything he says they must
you can't
do.
survive
if not,
outside
what
of the
are they
man.
existing for? If not to
Exactly.
satisfy their husband.
Yeah, it's
They don't have any
crazy.
purpose outside
There are
of that.
There are lots of women in, like, especially, I mean, our generation, I think our parents kind of wisened up a little bit because I think they trained us to be a bit more independent as girls.
You
But
think?
I think so. I think there's parts of it, of course, it's all a work in progress. That's the way I see it, right? I don't think my mom trained me to be submissive in that way. I learned some submission from her, but I also learned how to think about myself and how to think for myself and how to do business and how to like all those things I learned from her. But I feel like if you go back to their time, I don't think they were built like that. I think they were built to like, once you get to a certain age, this person is ready for marriage, ready, time to go. Bye.
Ship you off to your
Ship
husband's
you off
house.
to-
After
in
they
fact-
do arranged marriage,
There was all that stuff.
courtship.
So it's all about training. It's all about training. Some women, even though they were not actively being trained, they were watching people around them
Yeah.
too.
They were
What
passively being
their
trained.
moms took, what their
Yeah.
parents took in their marriages. Like, you know what I mean? So that told them, oh, if my mom took that stuff, why am I fighting it?
Yeah.
It looks like the norm. It looks like what it is. You know what I mean? Whereas if your mom was like strong and you know that she left this man once the man did something, she will know that I won't take rubbish when it's, when it's my own turn. Or at least she'll be able to set her boundaries and have deal breakers, right? Yeah.
Interesting. Guys, we're going to go into cookie jar just so that we can address a lot of the questions that we have.
I don't know what I need to comment
She
today.
loves you. She loves you.
Is it outdated to still be striving for that title like it's the ultimate prize? That title of wife
Did
material.
material.
Like real wife material. I'm talking in the context of what the Bible said or of what it should really be. Do they actually even ever label themselves wife material?
In fact, funny enough, the only time that God described, from what I know of the Bible, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a pro. From what I remember is when he said, I will make Adam a helpmate. That was the only job description, right? He did not talk about how submissive she will be or whatever. So I feel like everything after that is people just trying to mold the wife into what they think she should be.
Into what's suitable for them.
What's suitable for them. And the truth is that we all have, look at three of us, we all have very different personalities, right? So imagine if all of us were supposed to be similar. We're all yes women. Wouldn't that be so weird?
I don't want to talk about the handmaids still.
Like the handmaids.
If you have not watched that
Praise be.
show,
be.
hey, praise be.
Okay, you people have talked about it before.
Hey,
You need to see that.
go and watch that show.
Anyway,
That's a. I don't even know. It's interesting because like the show was not written by a Nigerian, obviously, but it's probably something that they deal with in their society too. Okay.
do you think some men say you are not wife material when they just aren't ready themselves, like ready to settle down?
Okay, they make that
Like
as an excuse. So I'm not married because you're not
You're
wife
not wife
material.
material.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I think
They
that
say
it
anything.
would definitely be a good excuse.
Yeah.
But I also think that apart from the ones that are not ready to settle down that use that as an excuse, some are ready to settle down, but they just get scared of the fact that this one, that's what you say. Before I've said one, you've said 10. How is that an issue?
It's inferiority complex.
I think so. I feel like a lot of them are intimidated.
Yeah.
They feel inferior. Yeah.
Real men don't.
Real men handle real
They're never
women.
intimidated by
Yeah, they're not intimidated by that stuff. If you meet real men.
A real man would rather even be pushing you to be successful. It is
yeah.
pride for you to be successful.
Yes,
not-
yes. They won't be caring about what's in your bank account.
Like what your husband said, that I want to be even
Yes, to be
feeling jealous.
Do you know that there are some men that it's because of that jealousy that they'll say, oh yeah, you can't do this.
Yeah.
It's
Again.
true, because
Meanwhile,
they're afraid,
do you know,
like,
they are, yes, that they're just like,
secure
somebody
in
come and steal my
themselves.
wife or she'll
Yeah.
become celebrity now and leave me or something.
Do you know this thing used to intrigue me before? And it initially used to bother me. I can go anywhere, like before we even had kids, when we were married, and we were married for a while without kids. So I can go anywhere. All sorts of men will be saying all sorts of things. Can we go out for drinks, whatever. So when I get home, I'll tell my husband, or sometimes we even go together and people are trying to cut eyes at me or single me out and everything. And he never showed any sign of being bothered.
Yeah,
He used to bother me
for him,
like,
it's like a pride. It's like, yes, my wife, yeah, my husband.
I think so. I think for
the
him,
men-
he was like, in his head, is like, well, if I didn't choose well, people will not be after it in the first place.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Real men love that stuff. Okay. Are women conditioned to think marriage ready is more important than mentally healthy?
I didn't get that.
Are women conditioned to think marriage ready is more important than mentally healthy? Definitely.
Yes.
I
In
agree.
African society.
A lot of women are raised like that,
Yeah.
and that's why they suffocate a lot of opinions. It's like some women could see the red flags
Yeah.
before they got married, but because they feel like time is passing and I need to settle down, they just take anything. You see some women that are already getting abused before they get married. They are already getting cheated on, and they will still marry that person because in their brain, if I'm not married, what am I?
Yes. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more.
Okay. Let me go inside.
Are you going deep?
Yes. I still can pick from wonder. Have you ever toned yourself down to seem more relationship worthy?
Like toning down.
Like
what would that mean?
just being more submissive, so that the man can think that you are wife material.
That would be pretending. Because how long can you tone yourself down for?
Yeah.
It will
And-
come
and
out
what are you
one
even
day.
toning down?
Yeah, maybe
Like,
tone down your person. For example, if they say you're opinionated, you might now be like, okay, let me stop saying too much of my opinion so that they won't say I'm talking 10. What was that thing you said?
You say one.
I
I'm
said,
saying when
yeah.
I'm talking, you reduce it to 5. So I think that would just be pretense. No, I've never done that, and I don't recommend that anyone should do that.
See,
Especially if you're
for
looking for a
disaster.
life partner.
Yeah.
Like, you want to make sure you're
Yourself.
Like
you
you're
either take
authentic.
it
The
or
person
leave
is
it.
marrying you because of who you are.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a situation where you're friends with someone, when her husband is there, she's a whole different person?
Like what they are wild and then they pretend to be a saint.
Yeah. Like when her husband is there, she doesn't talk, she
Yeah.
doesn't laugh, she won't joke, she just be quiet.
Yeah.
But when you get her by herself,
Yeah.
she comes alive. That's when you now know she's a happy person. She can get on this table and start dancing.
Wow.
She's very alive.
Then maybe the husband is bullying her at home or something.
Maybe there's some kind of abuse going on there. In my opinion,
It's not normal.
I feel like there has to be some kind of abuse because that's like, yeah,
So to the husband, he has the perfect wife.
chai. Jesus.
Oh, what's the pettiest reason someone said you weren't married material? I think I've already shared this. But let me choose. Out of all of them, I think the pettiest one was, this was someone that said, oh, why are you so ambitious? After all, your certificate is going to end up under the pots in my kitchen. What the flipping? I was so offended.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it bothered him all through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is like a feminist question. Femi question. Can a woman be outside all summer and still be wife material by December?
Okay, yes, now because summer is my season.
Femi changes during the summer.
Basically, like be party, do whatever.
She's like a
Come
butterfly in the
on.
summer.
Yeah.
Then I hibernate for winter.
Can we actually address that? Do you think that because someone is very social, outgoing, maybe parties a bit, that makes the person not wife material?
No.
No, of course
No,
not. In
absolutely
fact, you know
not.
that some of those people they can be like the most amazing wifeys. Because I mean, like I think you've said this before, where they will be like the way they are in the house and the way they submit to their husbands or the way they treat their husbands is because they've been outside.
Yeah.
So they've experienced like different men. So when they now see one like this, they hold that one and be like, oh my king, my and then man's yeah. It's definitely
interesting.
possible. It's very
All right. So this question, have I picked your question? Yes, I have. So this question is for you guys in the audience. Is it hypocritical for men to want a Proverbs 31 woman while being a Psalm 23 man? So
I thought fantasy was the Lord is my shepherd.
yeah.
It's not a good thing.
I guess so. Maybe when he goes out, it's like when he's distributing his portion.
So basically, right, like Psalm 23, right?
It's like the
The Lord is my shepherd. Meaning he's not really doing anything by himself.
Right.
He's waiting for God to set a table before him
Right.
in the presence of his enemies.
Because my own mind.
Do you know it's very nice, a very nice scripture, Psalm 23. But the idea is that he didn't cook the food, he didn't set the table, he doesn't know how it came about, he just shows
Sit
up
down.
to eat. Right? Meanwhile, the Proverbs 31 woman is working
hustle for it,
all day
for it.
for it.
Around the
So
clock.
yeah. So guys, is it hypocritical for you to be a Lord is my shepherd kind of man, but you want a Proverb 31 woman? Over to you. Thank you for joining us in this episode. We hope you loved every moment of it, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.